My father always said you should never name a building or a street after someone until they have died. I'm going to violate the spirit of that advice here, but feel safe in doing so in this case. The Dalai Lama was born in 1935 in a small farming village in northeastern Tibet, far from the centers of power and faith that would soon define his life. Named Lama of Fondup at birth, he was the fifth of 16 children in a peasant family who could not have imagined that one of their sons would become the spiritual symbol of an entire people. At the age of 2, Buddhist monks arrived at his home searching for the reincarnation of the 13th Dalai Lama. Through a series of tests, reportedly recognizing sacred objects and demonstrating calm insight unusual for a toddler, the child was identified as the 14th Dalai Lama. He was taken to Lhasa, enthroned as Tibet's spiritual leader, and raised within the vast ritual, scholarship, and discipline of Tibetan Buddhism. In 1950, when he was 15, Chinese Communist forces entered Tibet. Overnight, the young monk found himself not only a religious figure, but the political leader of a threatened nation. Despite his youth, he attempted dialogue with Beijing, traveling to China and meeting Mao Zedong, hoping to preserve Tibet's autonomy through peaceful means. Those hopes collapsed in 1959 when a major uprising in Lhasa was crushed. Disguised as a soldier, the Dalai Lama fled across the Himalayas into India. He would never return to his homeland. From exile in the Indian town of Dharamshala, the Dalai Lama rebuilt Tibetan life in diaspora. He established schools, monasteries, and a democratic government in exile, eventually relinquishing his political authority to elected leaders, an extraordinary act for a figure once regarded as both king and god. On the world stage, he became something larger than a national leader, a global voice for compassion, nonviolence, and interfaith dialogue. Awarded the Nobel Peace Prize in 1989, he urged reconciliation rather than revenge, famously declaring that his true enemy was hatred, not China. Now in advanced age, the Dalai Lama remains a symbol of moral clarity in a turbulent world, an exile without an army, a monk without a country, whose influence comes not from power, but from the quiet insistence that compassion is humanity's strongest force.